This video has somewhat changed form, twice now. Originally it was going to be a desk tour, showing off the myriad of random toys or childish things I have on my desk, and on the shelf behind me. But in making that video, something happened. I realised I have quite a lot of Ghostbusters things, and they might need a video of their own, else the original video would be painfully long. Then I decided to broaden the horizon slightly to incorporate the rest of my Ghostbusters merch too. I will follow this video up with one looking at the non-Ecto related stuff, but for now, sit back, grab a Twinkie.
That's a big Twinkie.
Take a sip of your Ghostbusters hot beverage thermal mug, and balloons for the kids. And relax as you get to see just how sad and childish a 32-year-old man can get. Hello! What you're in for might be a bit shocking. I do own a lot of tat in general, but it's by and far the stuff related to Our Boys in Grey that takes up most of the room. It could be said that I wear my love for Ghostbusters on my sleeve. And the rest of me. Incidentally, that is a VR, not really VR, more side-by-side 3D viewer that I have on my head there. I have the Blu-ray of both the original movies, the set which was released at the time of the 30th anniversary back in 2014, as well as a couple of, but by no means complete, set of DVDs of the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Now, with the obvious stuff out of the way, let's move on. This is one of the original Kenner action figures from the real Ghostbusters cartoon. I bought it on its own, no accessories, and clearly it's been pre-loved. The fact that it has no accessories is a little bit irritating, as it now means Mr. Venkman here has a rather painful looking hole in his back. Obviously this is the standard neutral range, as Kenner did release around 100,000 variants, all with weird and bizarre action features, costumes and accessories. I'll never get the horrific image of the Janine Fright feature figure, especially when it broke, her face locked in that mind-curdling scream as her limbs fell off, or the inexplicable, fearsome flush one that I remember having. I mean, why? This next one I absolutely love. This is the Diamond Select Slimer toy. The design is from the real Ghostbusters. This was a gift from the amazing Random Goon, who often joins me and Urbana Fox on our adventures in Minecraft on Wednesday nights, as well as becoming a regular and fan favourite on my Friday night pub stream show. It's as nicely detailed as you can make a giant bogey with a face. But there is one problem with this figure. The stand that comes with it is fucking useless.
See? Look, this is the stand. I'm holding Slimer in place. Let him go. Sorry, Slimer.
So he just sits under my monitor, glaring at me like that.
Why you don't let me fly, Peter? Why?
Yeah, I know, I'm no Frank Welker. Here we have the Running Press Light and Sound 4-inch PKE meter. And despite being tiny and quite clearly plastic crap, it's actually rather nice. The indicator arms pop out with a button press at the back, and the button on the front activates the light and sound feature. Obviously the signals are totally random and a sound is a little bit tinny, but otherwise, like I say, rather nice. This kit, for some reason it displays kit on the box despite there being nothing to build, comes with a miniature sticker book with some pretty good 80s retro design and logo work incorporating imagery from the film. At the point of writing though, it does appear to have vanished. Now these came as a double pack. Clearly they are Ecto 1 and Ecto 1A from the first two films. Hot Wheels have done a reasonable effort on them, though the detail on Ecto 1 seems a little slapdash. The painting's a bit off, and it's a shame because Ecto 1A is a marked improvement. The paintwork's a bit better, although the detail on the roof rack, while still lacking, is a little bit more detailed. Even the dot matrix signs on the side read Ghostbusters and We're Back. This is potentially my favourite piece. This is the LEGO Ecto-1. Once again released in celebration of Ghostbusters' 30th anniversary. Boy is it nice. For the record, I would like to apologise for the coffee markings on this piece. I have cats, and a caffeine addiction, and I'm a smoker. In fact, on taking the pictures for this video, I've now endeavoured to, over this weekend, clean a lot of this collection anyways. I will have Ecto-1 shining white again. For an adult LEGO build, this one is rather nice and detailed. Even the inside has some pretty little touches. There are a couple of modifications made by myself, some just purely tiny little things, such as the 2 red studs on the bonnet for instance. Some have been necessary because cats. The set also comes with all 4 of the minifigures of our heroes, as nicely decaled as LEGO usually do. But, in a slight modification, I have replaced the grille on the Proton Pack with a shiny silver one, instead of the outright black ones provided. Next up, we have my most recently started collection, the Playmobil Ghostbusters line. Not only are they comparatively cheap, starting at around £5 for some, and I think the more complex, bigger ones are around £45. At the moment, I only have a handful of them. 4 different sets to be exact, but let's start chronologically with the Ghostbusters 1 line. First up, we have Peter Venkman and Zool. This set also came with a pair, confusingly, of terror dogs. I mean, isn't one of them supposed to be Zool, the gatekeeper, Dana Barrett, whatever you want to call her? The majority of sets in this line, the accessories that come with the actual Ghostbusters are identical. You get a proton pack, neutrona wand, PKE meter, and trap. Even a little coloured plastic proton beam. The proton pack is mounted on the back of a snap-on holder, which is extremely difficult to get off once it's on. Not a criticism, more a comment on the strong build of the toy. The traps themselves come with little holes in them, as some of the toys in the set also come with little ghosts you can peg into the trap itself. And for the Ghostbusters 2 line, there is a nice little usage of said hole, but more on that in a moment. The Venkman figure itself is rather nice, and the painted detail on him is pretty cool, even if his hair is standard Playmobil figure hair. But he does have a trail of green slime on him, so points for detail there. The Dana, Zool, gatekeeper is pretty bog standard. The detail, what there is fine. But it's the terror dogs in this set that I like the most. Seemingly eschewing the usual cutesifying of these figures, the terror dogs look by comparison to be rather close to the movie. Side note, when taking these pictures, after photographing them, I moved them to one side and accidentally did this with them. Down, boy, down! I also have the Ray Stans and Mr. Stay Puft set from Ghostbusters 1. Now, originally I was disappointed with the price for what you get here. This was around £10. Ray comes with his PKE goggles, which are mounted on what looks like a brace for performing brain surgery. And the mould of his head, to accommodate, leaves him looking like a mutant, should you ever take it off. Like I did. Just this once. To show you. He also comes with the standard proton pack, neutrona wand, and proton beam. Ray's little detail is the marshmallow stain on his uniform. Now, originally my disappointment lay in the fact that the set was Ray, and the only other thing was Stay Puft himself. But then, I saw Puft. By no means to scale, that would be madness to be fair. And quite light, hollow plastic, but fuck me, it's nice. Now, there's very little detail to get wrong on this tower of marshmallow, but Playmobil have done this well. The other figures in the Ghostbusters 1 line from Playmobil vary. Egon, for instance, comes with a couple of nondescript ghosts that you can attach to the trap. Winston, rather annoyingly, comes with Ecto-1, which is the second most expensive one in the line, after the firehouse. But it does light up and make noises, so that's something. There's also a Slimer and hot dog stand set in the line from the first film. which also looks pretty awesome. Now on to the Ghostbusters 2 figures. These are the cheapest ones in the Playmobil range, for a reason. Each set contains only a Ghostbuster in the black Ghostbusters 2 uniform. They also come with a couple of, largely the same as Ghostbusters 1, accessories. But the main feature of these ones are the traps. Each trap comes with a plastic frustrum. No, I didn't just Google the term square cone. Which, when combined with the app you can download from the Google Play or Apple App Stores, projects a ghost being caught into the trap. Like so. Of this range, I only have Peter Venkman, which comes with just the standard accessories, including PKE meter. Actually, I'll address this now. Why do both Venkmans come with the PKE meter? I don't remember him using one in either film. And also Winston Zedmore, which mercifully comes with some new accessories, being the slime blower, and the little plastic transparency of slime to attach to the end, and a little, is it latex? A splat of slime, which attaches to most things through heat and friction. This is the set I'm most likely to complete first, owing to their comparative cheapness. They're about $5 each. They have also recently added the Ecto 1A to the range, although that's priced at roughly the same as the Ecto 1. Just a quick mention, however, Playmobil have also released a line of real Ghostbusters figures. So they exist, but still, for what they are, they're quite pricey. They're nice, though. It's not just toys and DVDs I have, though. Firstly, there's a couple of posters, including this print of Vigor the Carpathian. Is Vigor the ruler of Carpathia Moldavia? And this canvas print of the rather nice piece of artwork they used to promote the original Real Ghostbusters toy line. I also have this notebook, but given how much it cost, I've been forever scared to actually use it for anything. My favourite mug, which is a heat-changing who you gonna call one. This Happy Families style giant card game, and a couple of books. In fact, let's have a closer look at these books. I'll get this one out of the way first. Yes, I have a colouring book. I have two, in fact. The other one's a Doctor Who one. I bought this one when I was trying therapy colouring books and I needed a new one. Popped into the works, saw this and thought, fuck it. And yeah, I have coloured a lot of this in. And this is Tobin's Spirit Guide, a nicely printed and bound hardback in-universe guide to some of the spirits and entities the Ghostbusters have faced right across the franchise. Yes, even Fearsome Flush makes an appearance in here. It's beautifully illustrated, well written, and perfect for toilet time. In fact, here's one of the entries. The Green Ghost, also known as Slimer, Class 5, full roaming vapor, formerly anchored to the 12th floor of the Sedgwick Hotel. This spirit, which had been haunting the 12th floor of the Sedgwick Hotel on Park Avenue since the mid-1920s, became the subject of the first full field test of the Ghostbusters' proprietary equipment. During the encounter, a messy collision with our colleague, Dr. Venkman, led us to nickname the ghost Slimer. Our best guess at the ghost's origins dates back to the apocalyptic cult of Gozer, which held meetings at the Sedgwick in the early 1920s, finally wearing out its welcome when an animal sacrifice went awry. According to our research, it's most likely that a cult's rituals conjured a hungry spirit, a ghost that can never sate its inhuman appetite, as a destructive punishment for the world. During our encounter with Slimer, we noticed the lingering after-effects of its presence, the persistent stench of rancid meat, and an increase in the heaviness of the air similar to stifling humidity. There were also piles of chewed food and overturned furniture, and an unusual amount of exuded ectoplasm. The ghost is mostly nocturnal, has a rudimentary intelligence, and exhibits low levels of telekinetic ability. That said, it isn't a stereotypical poltergeist. For more on poltergeists, see the entry on page 31. Its behaviour tends more towards gluttony, not rage, and it is a glutton. Since whatever it consumes immediately passes through its body and onto the floor, it can never be sated. Although we initially trapped Slimer at the Cedric Hotel, it was released from captivity when our original containment unit was shut down by Walter Peck, then of the Environmental Protection Agency. Once we recaptured the ghost, we placed it in a smaller containment unit, an ionised glass cage that allowed us to study its properties and behaviour directly. Oh, I feel stone lighter now. Aside from the toys and collectibles, I do also collect novelty or unusual books, and part of that collection includes a few of the less serious or useful Haynes manuals. Haynes manuals are usually workshop manuals that are used by mechanics and hobbyists in order to build, repair, or maintain vehicles, for instance. But for a good number of years now, they've also published more frivolous or fictional versions, usually licensed to other properties. I myself own 3. The Thunderbird's International Rescue Agents Technical Manual, the Captain Scarlet Spectrum Agents Technical Manual, and the one we're going to take a quick look at now, the Ghostbusters Ectomobile Owner's Workshop Manual. This quite hefty tome contains diagrams and beautifully shot close-ups of the in-universe ghostbusting equipment, not just the cars. Even the section about the equipment from the 2016 reboot is rather interesting. Actually, more so than the film. Well, that's it for the Ghostbusters side of my collection. In coming videos, I will look at my other collectibles, and I've decided to do another video showing the more unusual novelty books I own. Please, if you have indeed done so, leave a like on the video. Feel free to share any memories or comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel for more. This month, I'm going to be experimenting with different forms of content and live streams towards the end of each week. Maybe some ASMR streams, live readings of stories. Yes, Eye of Argon is happening this month, so hopefully the next few weeks or so I hit on something that you'd like to see me do more of. Remember, I am always available to talk to, and I accept criticism, feedback, compliments, and PayPal. Thanks for watching.
Hello! Welcome! This, as you can see, is my desk. From this seat, I control my little world. There's my broken secondary monitor. There's my controller that likes to crap out in the middle of games. There's my Triforce. But this is the point of the video today. Bloody hell, Peter. I'm talking to Toy, not myself. Although, technically, actually, as I record this, I am talking to myself. This is the point of today's video.